Well, welcome. Welcome back. Hey. Hello. Good evening. It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday, and tonight. Hold on. Let me make sure this is right. There. There we go. I see it at the top right. Tonight, we're doing Nikke. We're doing a Nikke, you know? Like doing a backflip, jumping the shark. Tis what we do. But not just any Nikke. No. We're going to make a Enter Heaven fully voiced playthrough. Unspoiled. Yeah. I think that's pretty exciting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright then. Actually. You know, it's Wednesday. Wednesday is an odd day, I tell you what. So how about we jump straight in? How about that? Because we are playing.
Got us a victory! Nikke!
That one!
Tear them apart!
Okay. Alright. It's been a little while, Nikke. The last thing we've done... What was the last thing we've done? Chapter 44? I think? Well, I'm still doing my dailies, you know? I'm keeping up. I'm doing the events to get the rewards. I just haven't read any of the story. You know? Hey, look at that. The VTube model is bouncing more. Yeah, that's right. Updated all the stuff a little bit. It's more reactive now. I actually think, like, you know, the camera? Something to do with the USB hub I was using before was not working out properly, but now it do. Half-year anniversary should be end of next month. Yes! Very good. Should I save my pulls for that? Not that it's many. You know, have you heard of Nikke? You know, my girlfriend, pretty amazing. I like her a lot. But she pulled 3 of this. 3 Elysion Hunters. Harpers. I keep thinking it's Hunter. Elysion Harper. 3! 3!
I used to think that as long as you were in the right, any means were justified, no matter how terrible. I realized far too late just how wrong I was.
Oh. Alright then, Illidan. It's a nice gun, you know, I gotta say that. It's a pretty nice gun. It's funny how she's like got the duct tape on her shoes. But hey, look at that. Safety first, right? There's a knee pad for when going into aiming position. Very important. Oh, firepower. Firepower. You know what's cool? So, Nikke, blessed be her name, doesn't just get her max limit break from like random pulls, you know, not even using tickets or anything. But also, she made her hair like this now. It was like a summoning ritual in a way. Like she's actually got like the, you know, the dyed tips like that. Pretty freaky. Looks really good. Look at that, more duct tape to keep the head together. It's a pretty cool outfit, actually. And I like the, you know, the shadow under the eyes. Okay, here's the thing. I really hope my VTube artist gets back to me next week, because that's when her account says she's back from whatever was going on. Because I want to update this VTube model. I need eyes like that. I need to look messed up.
This place is really peaceful. It's exactly the kind of place I wanted the Outer Rim to become.
But I gotta... hold on. Gotta set up that model, hold on. Might have to do like some light tweakings. Back. Gotta configure later. Alright. Hey, Metal Force, hello? Do I want to summon her? Actually, no. Just checking out the things. I think I'm saving my pulls. I did like... I think I did 30 pulls for her and didn't get her. So I was like, alright. Whatever, don't then. Don't come home. My girlfriend used up all the summon luck already. Hey, no friendship. Okay, I've done my off-stream polls. I had to do something, right? Had to do a little something. How are we looking though? Nothing comes close yet, except for the definitely SSR mold. Yeah, I haven't been particularly lucky. Oh, wait.
Tell me the story of victory. Saw
Tell me.
teeth, entire buildings, you name it. I can make it.
Take as much time as you like. A smart choice.
Yeah.
Hold on a moment. Target eliminated.
Wait, brain. No, not there. I knew that. Here we go. Hey, look at that. Of course it's Rupee. We've just been to the shop. And she's like, oh, caught you shopping? Let me help with that. Wait, where's she at? Somewhere down low. There. Fine. A rupee it is.
Upgraded.
Upgraded. And actually, I should, where is the new one? There. I haven't slotted it in yet. Yeah, take both. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, I didn't like that event much. Okay, well then, how do I actually... Well, let's first begin, alright? Enter heaven. Oh. Very nice. That's giving me some John Wick vibes. Remember in the first movie? That, it's different, but it still gives me vibes like that. I think it's called Kill the World or something, that one song. It keeps playing, especially as he's like entering the... after he got to the hotel first time. Very much like that. Cyberpunk vibes? Oh man, I really gotta play Cyberpunk. Like, give it a real story playthrough. Don't I? I was looking up, I was watching a video like while driving and stuff, that was talking about like games that there's one YouTuber, I forgot the name, so he was saying like games that got him through 2025, like that actually, like, you know, felt like they made more of an impact, you know, because sometimes we play games and that's great, and sometimes games, they have stronger resonance, you know, they linger in the crevices of the mind. And he was saying he played through Cyberpunk and the DLC, and said that was definitely doing that. Same for Hollow Knight Silksong, actually. They're high up on my list. They're high up. I just... like, how am I getting back to my backlog if I can't even beat the current log? What's with the logs? Beat the log. That's the real life issue, huh? Hey, how are we looking? Okay, let's do that real quick. So for the story, I want to do the record repository, right? And then do hard mode after that, quickly beat through it, so we get the epilogue, right?
Tell me the story of victory. Down with those who would threaten the
Bada
kingdom.
bada boom. So for the YouTube video, I'll of course do
Pour out.
timestamps.
Even when I'm prepared.
If someone wants to, you know, someone checks it out in the future. Can't watch it easy like that. Or if you're really cool,
Securing victory for their subjects is a king's duty.
if you're like really damn cool, you watch my YouTube videos and keep them playing on repeat. In best case, always the newest one. If you're real cool, I mean, there's chances you are cool, but are you real cool? Like, man, you're cool? Well, I'm just saying there are chances. Yo, behemoth. And it's summer for Siren and Cinderella? Oh yeah, like those are some of my favorites actually. Like not just because they're strong, but also because of the story. I would probably say, story-wise by now, like Siren and Cinderella have like a head-on-head beat-up race for the first place. Right away followed by Ruby Red Hood. And Scarlet too, actually. Yeah, I would probably say those. Yeah. 5 gig update for Diablo 4? Not like it's almost 2 GB done already. The power of the actual internet, huh? I'll get to Diablo soon enough. Soon enough. It shall happen. Well, first, tomorrow we will have Monster Hunter Stories 3. And then, most likely, a week or so later, I'll begin slowly with the Diablo story playthrough. But how will you give your 5 daily votes for favorite Nikke of the year? Siren, Cinderella, Ruby Red Hood, Scarlet, Stranded, Ruby Red Hood won't be on there since you already won. Oh. Ah. Got a strong feeling it might be Cinderella then. Or Anise. I could see it being Anise. The recent story chapters, people are gonna be like, holy hell, Anise. Okay. Hey. It's exactly 11 PM right now. it's a good time to start. Okay. This is a first for me, because this is an unvoiced event, which means I gotta read all the dialogue. This could be pretty cool or terribly awkward, but it's definitely gonna be something. Yeah. So let's check this out. Here we go. Light is our right. Oh no, I have to voice Viper? Whatever hack is.
Bleh, Viper, my throat hurts. Seriously? Doesn't anyone ever clean around here? Why is there so much dust? Should I eat it all? Would that make my throat stop hurting?
Don't. It'll only make it worse.
Oh, okay, thanks, boss.
Now then, the tip we got set there have been sightings of dangerous people coming and going around here. Viper looks around the area. See a whole bunch of dust, but no signs that anyone's actually been living here. Yeah. There aren't even any light fixtures.
Spotting something shady in the dark, huh? I wonder what it was.
Actually, as I do this right now, I just remembered something. The new Elgato Wavelink 3 has got a voice changer plugin I can download that's actually free, I think. I should check that out and see if I can give myself like funnier voices, you know? Like for the future. Can't do it right now on the fly, but yeah, like if this is this an idea, you know, to like read out an event like that? It's a consideration. When it's a voice changer, when your voice naturally sounds like you use one, it's just people being jealous.
Viper, boss, over here, there's stuff written all over the wall.
There's literal writing on the wall. Viper turns on her phone flashlight and shines it on the wall Jackal is pointing at. What is this? The wall is covered in words written in red. Traitors? Hypocrites? You abandoned us? And what then in the center? Light is our right, heavenly ascension. Do you think heavenly ascension is behind this? Hard to say. I thought you'd already taken care of all that. I did. But now it looks like a little investigation is warranted. I'll handle it. By yourself? Yeah. EH stares at the wall, filled top to bottom with writing. I'm pretty sure this is a message meant for me. Suspicious signs.
Come in. Thanks for making time. I know how busy you are.
You said it was urgent. What's going on?
It's about a terrorist group from the Outer Rim.
Heavenly Ascension. Do you remember them? Of course, they were behind a lot of I was gonna say terrorist attacks in the Ark. Crow used to blow a hole in the Dome of Eternity. Crow used them.
Then do you know who founded Heavenly Ascension?
I don't.
I figured you might not. It would be good for you to know, though. It was the H who founded Heavenly Ascension.
I see. Why are you telling me this now? After the attack on the Ark, the H expressed a desire to atone for her sins. She asked to become a Nikke so she could take responsibility for what she'd done. As part of the deal, she was forbidden from leaving the Outer Rim. A bomb was placed around her neck, and she became the leader of Exotic, agreeing to dismantle Heavenly Ascension herself. Those who left in the group under EH's orders were spared their lives, while those who didn't were punished for the terrorist attack, and Heavenly Ascension was thereby declared disbanded. I had no idea that happened. However, there's an issue. Since then, the remnants of Heavenly Ascension were quiet, or at least we hadn't seen any signs of activity from them. Recently, though, we
we received intel that they started moving again. Didn't you just say the group was dismantled? It was. But then reports started coming in. Light is our right. Heavenly Ascension. That's their most famous slogan, and it's being written all over the Outer Rim. Couldn't it just be some copycat, though? Of course, that's entirely possible. But we also can't rule out the possibility that there are remnants of the group still around. If so, EH's report of dismantling Heavenly Ascension may have been false. A ruse meant to protect what remains of their group. At least that's one theory. The suspicion got pointed at her. It's not unreasonable for the central government to come to that conclusion. After all they see when they look at the H is the former head of a terrorist organization. That's why they're asking me to look into what's really going on with her. Do you think she lied? I don't know. I can't say. I don't want to give my opinion first and influence your judgment. Besides, let's just say I'm not fit to judge. What do you mean by that? But now, I want you to see Aegis in person and determine whether she's involved in this or not. You were one of the victims of the attack, but you also have a long history of treating Nikkes without prejudice. If there's anyone who can remain impartial here, it's you. Alright, I'll meet with her. You're really going through with it? Yeah, I was asked to. Were you able to get in touch with her? No, she's not answering any messages or calls. That's not good. Whatever's really going on, this whole situation is suspicious. I'd advise keeping your guard up, Commander. Regardless of whatever EH intended, something is already in motion. You can't do as you always done and blindly trust someone because they're a Nikke. Don't worry. How can I not? Let me come with you. It's dangerous to go alone. Take Rappi. If we move as a group, we'll draw too much attention. We're fairly well known now. Even so, it's better than being defenseless. I just don't want to provoke them. Regardless of who's doing this, their recent actions have been bold. True, but I don't want to escalate this and drag innocent people into it. Still, I don't think going at it alone is strategically a good idea. That's why I've already contacted someone else. Someone else? Wait, you don't mean... That's exactly who I mean. Oh god, who is it? Hold on, I've got this. Honey? Viper. It's been a while. Unlike you to be the one to call first. I just haven't been able to reach EH. Oh, I don't mind the reason. I'm just happy you reached out first.
Commander, I'm so happy to see you. I could eat a house.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out.
Don't mention it. So you're looking for a boss too, huh?
Yeah, I heard Heavenly Ascension's on the move again, and I wanted to ask her about it.
Yeah, we've been tracking them ever since we found signs of the activity.
You've been tracking them too?
Who do you think first found the wall with that slogan written on it?
It was us. But a few days ago, after we found a certain wall, she said she'd look into it on her own. We haven't been able to reach her since. She's not responding to you either? You tried going out and looking for her?
You bet. I ran around everywhere trying to catch her scent. But I couldn't smell it anywhere, so we didn't find her.
I see. Can you show me the wall you found before she disappeared?
Of course. It's deep inside the Outer Rim, though. Are you sure you're up for it?
It hasn't been upkept for a long time. To the point that there aren't even any lights. It's dark and dangerous. That shouldn't be a problem with you two around, right?
Oh my. Yeah, you were so guarded earlier, honey. And yet now you're putting your trust in me?
I don't see any reason for you to betray me.
I suppose that's true.
Are you going to double-cross me again?
Of course not.
I won't do anything like that again.
Not now, or ever.
I'm not going to betray you, honey.
I swear. Hey, where's the... Alright, I'll trust you. Thank you. Viper said thank you. They'll say it too. Thank you, Commander. I could still eat a house. Now, as a sign of a trust and commitment, how about a handshake? A handshake? Mm-hmm, a handshake. Viper extends her hand. You said you trust me, and yet you're already hesitating? I would never do anything to hurt you, honey. I swore, remember? Alright. I take Viper's hand. Your hands are so warm. Viper lets go of my hand. Good. I'm all charged up now. Follow me. Following Viper and Jackal's lead, I head deeper into the outer rim. There really aren't any streetlights around. It's dark, huh? Heavenly Ascension never developed this area. That's why there aren't any lights. Heavenly Ascension developed areas? Mm-hmm. The entire outer rim used to be like this. It was already dark enough without the Dome of Eternity. But with a partition blocking the way, barely any light from the Ark could get in. EH changed that. She said people shouldn't live in a place like this dark. And so she dug through piles of scrap to find light bulbs. Ran electrical lines through the buildings that were still standing and installed streetlights all over the place. Holy shit! We need that for our house! After that, people started following her, even though she was an outsider. An outsider? EH? You didn't know? What do you think EH stands for? Do you not know her real name? Everyone's hero? Elysion Harpa? So you know her name, but not that she was an outsider? Since it's Elysion that sent you, I figured they would have told you everything. Sounds like that's not the case. Is there more I should know? It's probably better if you hear everything from EH directly. It's already personal stuff, so I don't think it'd be right for me to talk about it. He's our boss, you know, and I want to respect that. But now, just know that EH was originally an outsider who came into the Outer Rim on her own. Alright. You two seem to be pretty on good terms with her. Who? With EH? I mean, it's not like we were strangers before. We already knew she treated her people well, even back when she led Heavenly Ascension. Once she actually became her boss, though, that's when we really understood why people really liked her. Yeah, boss treats me well. Just say, I can't buy whatever I want, though. There's a lot of things she tells me not to do. I don't like that. I want to chomp stuff, but she says no. That's because you keep eating weird things and getting stomach aches. Oh, really? Then I like boss. She's nice to me. I didn't really expect that. After what happened with the attack on the Ark, I figured things would be more strained between you. You'd think so, right? I did too, so when EH first became my boss, I just flat out asked her. And then... What a surprise! You were the EH, and now you're here to lead Exotic. Did you volunteer for it? Yeah. Really? But we stabbed you in the back. Are you really okay working with us? Yeah. Wow, very impressive. Oh, unless you're here to try and reform us former criminals. Is that it? Of course not. My hands aren't clean either. Still, you're different from us. You had clear convictions. Ideals and intentions don't make a mistake any less wrong. I have no intention of lecturing you two, as though I'm somehow innocent. I joined Exotic because this squad is the only one operating in the Outer Rim, and I figured I can protect this place. I have no resentment toward you, and no desire for revenge. We can't change what happened, and now we're all paying our own price. That's all there is to it. Haha, I had no idea you're the type who makes life harder than it needs to be. Not that I mind. Honey's a straight arrow too. You remind me of him that way. Okay then, I look forward to working with you, boss. Me too, boss. Likewise. And there was that. Do you get it now? She's got a good heart. Despite everything we did to her. That's why I don't think she's trying to rebuild Heavenly Ascension. I realize you might not believe all that because it's coming from me, but I do hope you'll hear her out at least once. Don't worry. That's why I'm here. That's the kind of honey I know. Let's get going. We're almost there. Hold on. Let her be. This one, right? Want to get a scope for how much I have to read. I follow Viper and Jackal into a rundown house. As we enter, our footsteps stir up a cloud of dust. Ugh, I'll never get used to this dust. I hate this place. It makes my nose and throat hurt. Then do you want to wait near the entrance? It shouldn't be as bad there. Okay. This is the last place you saw EH? Yeah, that's right. See that wall? Viper shines her phone light onto one of the walls. Words like traitor and hypocrite are scrawled all over in red. How could she have abandoned us? Words of resentment. Die, central government lapdog. As well as some curses. There it is. And the familiar refrain. Light is our right, Heavenly Ascension. Heavenly Ascension's slogan. So this is what she saw. Yeah, she said it was a message meant for her. It's probably from someone who resents her for breaking up Heavenly Ascension. If that's the case, it means she's a target. If she's been unreachable ever since, she might be in danger. Yeah, given that she was strong enough to hunt down Nikke's even when she was human, I have a hard time imagining something happening to her. But when people harbor a grudge, you never know what'll happen. Possible she came back here at some point. Let's check the house one more time for any clues. Alright. Jackal, it's time to stop playing around here. Playing out there. We need to see if we can find any signs that the boss was here. Oh man, inside there, my nose is clogged from all that dust and my throat hurts. Then just use your eyes. Alright. Okay, I'll help find boss. However, no matter how much we search the house, there's no trace of EH. There's nothing here. Maybe she didn't come back? Oh, but my nose really hurts. I can't take it anymore. Yeah, we can stop. This isn't good. We can't just go searching through the entire outer rim. But now, let's step outside, honey. Staying in there can't be good for you. Yeah, let's go. Hurry, let's go, Viper, come on, hurry. Okay, we're coming. Before following Jackal and Viper out through the entrance, I glance at the writing on the wall one last time. What's wrong? Something catch your attention? No, just taking one last look. Huh? Looking closely at the phrase light is our right, Heavenly Ascension, I notice a small groove etched into the word light. What's this? I press my hand against it. Huh? The ground gives way beneath me. What the honey? And I drop down. After a fall that lasts longer than I expected, I slam into the floor below. Ah! I look around. The room is pitch black. Where am I? Huh? You're not Viper or Jackal? Who's there? Something heavy slams into my head. And I lose consciousness. Oh, great! Typical commander, sleeping on the job. So much blood. I hear someone's voice. Come on, wake up. EH? Do you recognize me? Yeah, I clutch my throbbing head and sit up. Try not to move. Looks like you hurt your head. Right, before I passed out, I got hit on the head with something. You did? By who? I think I saw the silhouette of a man, but I couldn't make out anything. I see. Don't worry, I'm not that badly hurt. You shouldn't push yourself.
You lost a lot of blood. The wound looks pretty bad. I'm really Wait, at you? A strange chill runs through me. Aside from the cold, I really think I'm okay. Mind if I take a look at the wound? You're wearing gloves, right? Yeah. Okay then, go ahead. Just be careful not to touch the blood. Alright. EH comes closer and carefully examines my head. It's completely healed. Judging from all the blood, I'm sure it was a serious injury, and yet... What's wrong? Nothing. He starts to check the rest of my body, starting with my back and arms. Thankfully, it doesn't look like you sustained any other injuries. Still, just because the outside's healed doesn't mean you don't have any internal injuries. Head injuries shouldn't be taken lightly. Let's rest here for a while before we get moving. Yeah, sure. You might be right about me not being fully healed. Starting to feel colder. Ugh. What are you doing here anyway? Looking for you. Me? Yeah, Ingrid told me Heavenly Ascension is back. Oh, that. I came to confirm whether you're connected to it. Whether I'm connected. You came to check whether I'm behind all this? It seems the central government suspects you. They think you never really disbanded Heavenly Ascension, and that you falsified your report. See. It makes sense for them to distrust me. To them, I'm sure I'm just a criminal who switched sides to survive. And now they want Ingrid to look into it. Yeah. Then she asked you to investigate, determine for yourself whether I'm behind this. Yeah, she said she wasn't fit to judge. Not fit, huh? Yeah, I could see her saying that. Sorry. You got dragged into this because of me. The fact is, I am connected to this. The one writing all these writings everywhere, as if Heavenly Ascension is rising again, sending me a message. He resents me for what I did, considers me a traitor. The fact is, I did put an end to Heavenly Ascension, so it's not like I don't understand where he's coming from. So you figured out who it is? Yeah, I did. We agreed to meet, but when I arrived, I was knocked out with sleeping gas. And that's how you ended up here. He's most likely the one who knocked you out as well. I doubt he expected you to be looking for me, so he must have panicked when he saw you. He did seem confused, muttering something about me not being Viper or Jackal. I figured. After hitting you, he must have realized you're connected to the central government. He probably put you in here with me, figuring that if we die together, suspicion would naturally fall on me. Whatever the reason, I'm really sorry for you got caught up in all this. Well, now I have a better idea of what's going on. You're tangled up in something messy as well. Still, my telling you all this doesn't prove whether I really put an end to Heavenly Ascension or not. Ask me anything, I'll answer. In that case, why did you form Heavenly Ascension? Why would you want to know that? I know you've been fighting for the rights of the Outer Rim. What I don't get is why your resistance took on the form of terrorism, or what led to your subsequent change of heart. That's why I want to know more about how it all started. Think it'll help me judge better. Judge what? Me? Yeah. Alright. You've been dragged into this mess. The least you deserve is to hear the full story. It goes back pretty far, though. One moment. Okay. Do you know what my name used to be? I've been getting the question a lot today. Huh? I think I heard it was Elysion Harper. That's right. Elysion Harper. That was my name until I chose to cast it aside. Elysion as in the company? Yes, that Elysion. It was a name that came with a lot of weight. Having that name meant I was the next CEO, In other words, I was the heir to Elysia. Wait. What? Hold on. What? Okay, that's pretty wild. The heir? That would mean that you and Ingrid are half-sisters. We share the same mother. I'm the younger one. Our mother was the former CEO of Elysion. Ah, that must be why Ingrid said she wasn't fit to judge. Your family. Yeah, I guess. Honestly, I didn't realize she still thought that way. What kind of company do you think Elysion is? An arms manufacturer strangely obsessed with tactics. Tactics, yeah. Ingrid does like that word. Anyway, you're right. It's an arms manufacturer that focuses on tactical excellence. But that wasn't always the company's top priority. In the past, Elysion pursued only one thing. Power. Power? Yeah, more precisely, the power of humanity. When the Raptures attacked, humans abandoned the surface and fled to the Ark. My mother believed that in order to avoid extinction, only the strong must survive, so that humanity could grow stronger and evolve. Hold on one second, I feel like I should... I feel like I should increase my microphone volume slightly. Ever so slightly. Okay. Sion is a half-sister, and now Ingrid has a half-sister? Now who's Mustang's half-sister? Okay, let's see. My mother believed that in order to avoid extinction, only the strong must survive, so that humanity could grow stronger and evolve. That's what she used to say, at least. That sounds similar to Elysion's current philosophy, but also a bit different. That's right. Ingrid believes humanity must use technology to defeat the Raptures, but she's not so fixated on the sole pursuit of strength. Mother was different. She pursued strength to the point of obsession. That's why she wanted the strongest of her children to be her successor. Ingrid and I were constantly tested and compared. I came out on top, which is how I became the heir. The reason I was given the name Elysion. If it weren't for a certain incident, I would have inherited Elysion as planned. What incident? Did you know that Elysion built the Outer Rim barrier? What? No. I actually didn't. Of course, it was the central government's proposal that initiated the process, but Elysion spearheaded the construction. Mother had long believed that the weak were meant to be culled. It felt that garbage should be kept separate from human habitats. So she naturally welcomed the proposal. She knew people were living there in secret. She used to say they lacked gratitude for being allowed to live in the Ark. Instead squandering their lives on gambling and pleasure, she called them garbage. At the time, I really thought the people in the Outer Rim were all like that. But then, during the final inspection of the wall, I was sent to the Outer Rim in my mother's place, since I was the heir and all. That's when I learned for myself. The Outer Rim wasn't a mere trash dump. Just like the Ark, there were people living there, real people, not garbage. Hey, what are you doing? Huh? The young boy and girl startled and stepped back, dropping a fuse. What's wrong? It sparkles and is pretty. You were going to light a dynamite fuse because it's pretty? We wanted to make light. Everyone says there's no light here. Yeah, we played around with fire on that mountain. The light was really pretty. We just wanted to see it one more time. Is that not allowed? It's... What are kids like you doing here in the first place? Where are your parents? How did you even... What do you mean? This is our home. This is your home? Mom's here too. She's inside over there. I think. The children timidly glance at the fuse. Are we really not allowed to light a fire here? I'd really like to see more pretty lights. No, it's not allowed. You could get hurt if you're not careful. We could? Elysian Harper carefully looks at the mountain of trash. Use this instead. Huh? He picks up a sparkler that had fallen to one side of the trash pile, then lights it. A bright light begins to burst from the tip of the sparkler. Wow! These are the only things you should be lighting, okay? Okay. That's when the thought hit me. People live here. You can't just ignore that. Using dynamite as a candle. That's the last light you'll see. Elysion Franca? Oh, a name drop. Because it wasn't saying that earlier, right? Unless it's someone else. Was it her talking? I don't know. Proposal for improving the living conditions of Outer Rim residents. Elysian Franca tosses her tablet down. Okay, never mind. Probably her mother. I sent you on such an important assignment so you could learn about what being my successor entails. But now it looks like you came back more foolish than when you left. Who are the residents of the Outer Rim? There aren't any humans there, last I checked. Mother. That entire place is filled with garbage and nothing. Wait, sorry. I just read the Elysian. The entire place is filled with garbage and nothing else. After being granted the privilege of escaping the surface and seeking refuge underground, they chose to hole themselves up in that dump. That makes them garbage. If you really view those things as people, then that tells me all I need to know about how poor your judgment is. There are children who are born there who aren't like that. Maybe true that the adults who went there were weak and made foolish decisions, as you say. But those children never had a choice. That doesn't matter. Being born in a dump still makes them garbage. What kind of logic is that? If their lives are meant to be anything more than that, then they'll find a way to survive, to get stronger, and to make it out of there. If they can't, it simply means they were born weak, and that they will die weak. That is the law of nature. Whoa! Metal Gear Rising? I've said it many times before. Humanity as a whole must become strong. Only by casting aside the weak and strengthening ourselves can we survive in this world where inhuman monsters run rampant. Have you really not learned that yet? Still, they're just children. You really can't understand. You aren't qualified to be the heir of Elysion. Don't become weak, Harper. The heir of the great Elysion must not be swayed by pity for the weak. Be clear in what you keep and what you cast away. For the sake of a stronger human race, the weak must be discarded. Otherwise, humanity will never grow stronger. It is only through strength that humans can avoid falling behind in this inverted ecosystem and accomplish their great feat of reclaiming the surface. Okay. It was then that thought came to my mind. If we only pursue strength in an attempt to avoid extinction, and in the process we discard our humanity, can we really still be regarded as humans? When that thought hit me, I couldn't take it any longer. For days on end, I kept asking myself, what is true strength? Then finally I came to a conclusion. If being Elysion's heir meant I wasn't allowed to think like that, then I would give up my position. Harper. Ingrid. Are you really leaving? Things just turned out this way. Sorry. Looks like we won't be getting tested together anymore. And Mother's okay with that? No. She was angry. She called me pathetic and wouldn't let me take anything with me, saying maybe I'd get the sense knocked into me and come back. I've got nothing, aside from these weapons. Do you really want to save the place that badly? Yeah. I'm going to turn the Outer Rim into a place where people can live like human beings. And then I'm going to show the entire world. I'll prove that there are real people living there, in the place everyone else calls a dump. And that they can no longer ignore them. And to Mother, I'll prove that the strength that humanity actually needs to pursue doesn't come from some extreme version of survival of the fittest, but that the strong need to help the weak and give them the chance to get stronger so that everyone can grow together. And that it's only by retaining our humanity that we can truly become strong. That's the strength of humanity that I'm after. And what I want to prove to everyone. Things may not go the way you want. I'm not trying to say that everything Mother said was right. But there are definitely those who've given up and only taken from the others rather than making an effort themselves. If you start preaching your ideals to such people, they might take advantage of you. There will be those who learn you came from the Ark and that you were Elysion's heir. And, out of jealousy, they'll threaten you and try to use violence. You won't be able to rest for even a second. And yet, in spite of all that, you still want to hold onto your ideals. Well, when it comes to violence, unless they're Nikke's armed like soldiers in the surface reclamation wars, they'll surely be weaker than you, so I think I'll be fine. You idiot! You can't let your guard down. No matter how strong you are, you're bound to fall if you get careless. I know. That's a valuable lesson Mother hammered into us as children. Look, I know what you're trying to say. The Outer Rim will be dangerous. I realize not everyone there will be good, like the children I saw. But even so, I refuse to give up. Harper. Unfortunately, that means I won't be able to help you. I know you wanted us to work together on your plan to make humans and Nikke stronger through technology and tactics. Still, I'll be looking forward to watching you from afar as you create Elysion's finest forces. The Absolute Squad who will bring unmatched tactics to any fight. And the Extrinsic Squad who will protect others from berserk Nikkes. Elysion Harper extends her hand to Ingrid. Alright. I'm really hoping you prove to Mother that you're right. Let's both succeed at what we're trying to do, wherever we may be. Ingrid firmly grasps VH's hand. Take care of yourself. You too. Oh, hold on. Water. Funny wording there, because Enoch also said people chose to live there. Maybe this is who she got her programming from about that. Oh, that would be curious. Alright, we're like the halfway, I think. A voice still holding up. Let's go, Heavenly Ascension. You came straight to the Outer Rim after that? Yeah. If I wanted to change the Outer Rim, I figured I had to live here myself. And I'll tell you, I was surprised at what troubled me the most while living here. It wasn't the thugs picking fights because I was an outsider, while living in a house without a ceiling, which I'd never experienced before. Nor was it the thieves that tried to enter in whenever I closed my eyes. It was the fact that there was no light. Just like those children had said. Aside from the faint glow of the Dome of Eternity seeping in from beyond the massive barrier, there was no light in the Outer Rim. So I decided to change that first. When I began, I noticed there were a bunch of wires everywhere that didn't seem to be used for anything. They were capable of drawing power, though so getting electricity wasn't difficult. The challenge was finding someone in the Outer Rim who'd done electrical work before. Yeah, electricity. I managed to finally find someone after a long search, and we began building streetlights together. We gathered bulbs from the landfill that could still be used, and installed them one by one. Wow, it's so bright. What is this? It's so pretty. What's the big deal? Why are you making such a fuss over a few light bulbs? They're too bright, I say. Why are you even trying to lighten up this landfill anyway? Your eyes will get used to the brightness. This may be the outer rim, but we're still human beings, and we deserve to live in the light. Don't we? Well, I suppose that's true. I think we need to start trying to live more like people. After all, we're humans. Even if we may not live in the Ark. After that, I installed lights along what was considered the main street. Gradually, people began gathering under the light. And then eventually... Boss! 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 At some point, people began calling me boss, and that wasn't all. I want to live somewhere with more light. I want to see a brighter world. I want to feel the world beyond the partition. He started saying these kind of things to me. I figured that since I was the one who brought these people together, I had to respond to them. So I shouted, "Let us head toward heaven. Let us prove to the world that we are alive, and show them that we are people. One day, we shall cross that partition into a world of overflowing with light. Let us ascend back into heaven." From that moment on, we took the name Heavenly Ascension. Pretty cute. I like it. Big boss. I see. But the more I hear, the less I understand. Why did you resort to terrorism? Everything you've said sounds pretty far removed from that sort of violence. You're right. That wasn't how we operated in the beginning. At first, we were almost like a neighborhood watch group, just trying to make the Outer Rim a better place to live. We made people in the Outer Rim get jobs. It could be any kind of work, even the darker kind. No matter what it was, we made a rule that if you worked, you received compensation. What? I don't know that life. Some gangs liked us and others hated. But we approached all the established crime bosses the same. Trying to settle matters by whatever means possible, and then formed tacit alliances with them. That's how we came to know Underworld Queen. I know, right? Imagine you work and people are like, "Hey, sure, here's money." Feel free to subscribe. You have a money button? I don't have a money button. There's no button on my button board that sounds like money. Maybe this one. Give me the guacamole. We made an agreement with them to protect one another, and they became our greatest source of strength at the time. Once word spread that they were backing us, smaller gangs fell in line a bit more. They started protecting homes for Outer Rim's residents in exchange for payment. Slowly but surely, the Outer Rim gradually stabilized. And that's when people started raising their voices. They said the time had finally come for us to speak with the Ark. We may have still been living in a landfill, but at least we were living like humans. And they said it was time we showed the Ark that. So we tried. We secretly crossed the partition, put up posters, and shouted slogans. The Outer Rim isn't a landfill. There are many people who live there. Right now, there are many who are living amidst garbage without ever seeing a single ray of light. Your attention can bring light to the people of the Outer Rim. It can bring a new future to the children growing up there. Bring light to the Outer Rim. Bring light to the outlaws. We focused on raising our voices. But don't trespassers get killed on the spot if you get caught. Not back then. It wasn't as difficult as it is now for outlaws to enter the Ark. Security wasn't as tight. Also, outlaws weren't considered a threat back then. But that also means there was no one was willing to listen. Right now, there are many who are living amidst garbage without ever seeing a single ray of light. Your attention can bring light to the people of the Outer Rim.
Boss, are you okay? Ugh. I don't know what you're going on about, but shut it. Can't stand the noise.
Verbal and physical abuse felt almost preferable to nothing. It at least means they were listening. The real problem was how the majority of people were so indifferent. Everyone pretended not to hear, just staring at their phones as they walked past.
What is she doing in the middle of the street?
Excuse me.
Oh no, I made eye contact.
The woman wearing earphones hurries away. It felt like I was shouting into the void. And it wasn't just me. I'm sure everyone who was there with me felt the same. We decided to change our strategy and send petitions directly to the central government. After we sent dozens, even hundreds of them, I finally agreed to arrange a meeting. We were hopeful that they were finally getting one step closer to what we wanted. But how come no one's here? It's been 6 hours. Did we get the date wrong? No. This is the right date. Alicia and Hopper looks at the door of the meeting room, knowing no one is coming. After that happened several times, we get the message. No matter how much we petitioned them, the central government would not meet us. No matter how much we shouted, the Ark would not listen. We grew more and more exhausted until a certain someone proposed something. They refused to listen to us. Why don't we make it so that they have no choice but to hear us out? No way. I had a feeling. I had a feeling she would show up in this somehow. We'll put on a grand fireworks show. One they can't possibly ignore. Look, she's got the crazy eyes going. Yeah, it was Crow. God damn it. Oh. Hold up. Oh yeah. Reminder to myself. I need them John Wick 4K Blu-rays. Hey, why is my mouse not moving? Where's my cursor? Where's my mouse cursor? There we go. Crow is part of Heavenly Ascension too? Yeah. I don't know how she joined or who vouched for her. All I remember is hearing she was born in the Outer Rim. At first she was quiet, diligent, and devoted. She patrolled the Outer Rim with us, and went to the Ark with us to demand better rights. She went without hesitation to place other members avoided, and withstood all the physical and verbal abuse and even the indifference. The reason I thought of her as a comrade, despite our philosophical differences, was because I saw how devoted she was then. But at some point, she stopped being quiet and started speaking up, raising her voice, and expanding her influence. While I was away from the Outer Rim to meet with the central government, she built up a small faction inside Heavenly Ascension. That's how much influence she's gotten. You want to resort to terrorism? Are you out of your mind? Whoa, calm down. Why are you getting so worked up? Terrorism's a scary word, don't call it that. Since the Ark is so bright that can't seem to see those of us who are living in the dark. Wow. Words. I'm just saying we should light off some fireworks to help them see better. Oh, don't try to make it sound harmless with words like fireworks. Your plan is practically the definition of terrorism. You want to sneak bombs into key central government facilities and detonate them. A ton of people in the Ark would die. It would be a catastrophe. Wait. Catastrophe? The hell is a catastrophe?
What's that mean? Wait. Why should we care? Let the bigwigs in the Ark deal with all that. Do you think anyone in the Ark cares about us? About how many die of sickness? Or how many children are going blind because there's no light? Or how many are killed by explosives that get mixed in with the trash? We screamed our lungs out, but they didn't care one bit. It's the same thing. Our people dying from sickness or accidents isn't the same as outright murder. And like us, the Ark has a super high performance AI managing everything. Come on, boss, you've lived there before. You don't have to pretend like you haven't. We all know you came from the Ark. You. How dare you accuse the boss of being from the Ark? Do you have any idea what she's done for the Outer Rim? Oh, of course I do. I'm well aware of how hard our dear boss has worked for the Outer Rim, and how much has changed since she came here. How could I not? You're a good person, boss. Even I know that. I doubt there's a single person in the Outer Rim who hasn't benefited from your efforts. We know how hard you've tried. That's why we've all followed you this whole time, including me. That would never happen with anyone else. You threw everything away and came to the Outer Rim with nothing, then lived alongside us for years, and brought light to this dump that had been covered in darkness. But what resulted from that? No one listens to us. No one remembers us. Why? Because it isn't sensational enough. That's the thing about people in the Ark. Their lives are so peaceful, and they've had so much handed to them since birth. But you can ask them as sweetly and kindly as you want, even raise your voice. They won't so much as spare you a glance. If it isn't sensational, they dismiss it as boring and couldn't care less. So what? What are you trying to say? And how does this all lead to us becoming terrorists? Terrorists? Didn't I say that not to use scary words like that? We can still do what you want, boss, and go into the Ark to tell them what we think. All I'm saying is we add a little spice to our words, that we do it the outlaw way. We make it a game to get them more involved. If they find the bombs before they go off, the Ark wins. If they don't and the bombs go off first, we win. But, seeing how they already have so much, and we have so little, it's only fair that we apply just a tiny handicap to them. We'll know the entire plan, but they won't. Once they get engrossed in this little game of ours, they'll finally start listening to what we have to say. I guarantee it. Am I tripping? Was that written right? Warranty? Yeah. So, Crow takes one more step towards Elysian Hopper. Just this once, I'd like us to do things my way. What do you say, boss? The looks in her eyes told me that she'd got through with it, even if it meant having to go through me. She spoke in a way to rile others up, highlighting how we were together in this, and sugarcoating her words to downplay the crime and make it feel justified. Crow was an agitator, and a charismatic one at that. The others were starting to agree with more and more of what she said. That's when I realized something. Boss, what we need isn't to throw a tantrum like timid children. We need a revolution. One with fire and blood, because the truth is those things can't be avoided if we're gonna get what we want. But that'll never happen if we do things your way, will it? That's why I'm gonna do it instead. I realized I had to put a stop to it. No, I can't allow that. What you said is right. My way is peaceful and uneventful. It's never going to stir up the people of the Ark. I understand wanting to give them a shock. People might actually remember our name if we do. But killing people is a completely different story. All we'd be doing is giving them a go-ahead to shoot every one of us. And not just us, but everyone in the Outer Rim. Like you said, we have nothing compared to them. That goes to firepower too. True. If they get serious and come here for blood, we'd be lucky to escape, never mind defend ourselves. It wouldn't even be a fight. Of course, we have all snuck in the Ark before, so we might be able to flee there. But what about everyone else in the Outer Rim? The children, the sick, the elderly. Who's going to protect them?
And it's not just the central government. The reason we were able to make a pact with Underworld Queen wasn't because we were so determined that we'd shed blood for our cause, but rather because we were protesting peacefully for our rights. If we do things your way, that pact would collapse. All the order that we've spent years establishing would collapse. Order, huh? That's well never approve of your plan. It's not just for our sake, but for everyone's. Huh. For everyone's sake. You say you're afraid the central government will set their sights on all outlaws. But that's easy enough to solve. We just changed what we've been shouting this whole time. What do you mean? We stopped saying bring light to the Outer Rim, bring light to the outlaws. Instead, we make sure they know it's us. Light is our right, Heavenly Ascension. We changed our slogan. And the government won't target everyone in the Outer Rim. But only Heavenly Ascension, right? That's... No? Well, you're the boss. I get why you're worried, though. Crow picks up the paper with her plan on it. Pretend I didn't say anything. Thanks for understanding. Like I said, you're the boss. Crow turns to leave, then stops. But... there's one thing you should know. Not everyone's like you. They don't all worry about the other people in the Outer Rim. And they're not all that patient either. Crow leaves the room. She seems dangerous. Shouldn't we keep an eye on her? Alicia and Harper looks around the room. A few people glance toward the door, like they want to follow Crow out. Yes, please do. I had a gut feeling, though, that a plan couldn't be stopped. From that day on, Heavenly Ascension split into two factions. The moderates, who wanted to raise their voices without straying too far from the old way. And the hardliners, who said the old way would never work and that extreme measures were required. Naturally, Crow led the hardliners. At the time, both sides thankfully understood one another, even if they disagreed on which method to use. We at least knew why everyone chose the way they did. The hardliners didn't cross the line. But, as I feared, the hardliners kept getting more and more extreme. It didn't matter how much I tried to restrain them or persuade them otherwise. And before long, that ominous feeling I had was made a reality. The terrorist attack she had brought me that day was carried out in secret. They only changed their location. Oh no. We've just received news of a terrible tragedy. A large-scale terrorist bombing has occurred on an AFX train operated by Elysion. The incident took place as the train was entering the station platform. The explosion, which came from within the passenger cars, not only destroyed the train, but also caused the station structure to collapse, resulting in a terrible tragedy. The central government has deployed numerous Nikkes to the site to conduct rescue operations. But due to the extent of the collapse, the number of casualties continues to rise. Meanwhile, according to the testimony of one survivor, a passenger on the train stood up, pulled out a detonator, and shouted the following just before activating it. The AFX incident. Yeah. The worst terrorist attack in the ARC's history was set in motion by Crow. Light is our right, Heavenly Ascension! Using her slogan. Phew! Hold on, that was a long chapter. Lubricate. Okay. One day you will play a game with no boobies. One day Cheesy will watch my channel for more than a second. Like, what's that? How long have I played? Haven't I played Nikke now since this update right here? Almost a month? Nice. Literally no other fan service game at all. Starting to miss it. You know? Like maybe I should resort to hentai games.
You know, just saying. On YouTube, you know, like the videos I post, at least people watch the Nikke videos. You know? No Baldur's Gate either. Yeah, like Baldur's Gate, fully, what's the word, chastised? You know, like all locked up. Everyone's wearing potato bags. I'll get a mod to make sure every piece of armor is potato. And I've got such issues right now balancing the audio actually with the new thing. Like I think it. Like the crazy thing is it's at 80% right now already. But I feel like if I let's test 100%. This is as loud as I can make it. Kinda weird. Something's up with the new Wavelength 3.0, you know? There's something weird with the loudness of things. Like some stuff is technically like louder by basic and some stuff less. Doesn't make sense. Okay, 1, 2, 3 more things and then we go for the epilogue. Sweet. Wait. I can't change the sound here, right? Just as Crow predicted, after the AVAX incident, the name Heavenly Ascension spread across the entire Ark. The things we'd shouted, which no one ever listened to, finally spread everywhere. Ark citizens began to recognize the people that live in the Outer Rim. As soon as public opinion started to deem the central government's initial response as inadequate, the government got in touch with us, saying they wanted to enter into negotiations. What kind of negotiations? They said they would listen to everything we had to say. Of course, given how much death and destruction the attack had caused, we were on high alert. But the government assured us they were aware that only a small number of us were behind it, and that we could bring as many armed guards as we wanted if we were uneasy. Even still, I hesitated. The one who ultimately convinced me was my mother. I'll hear you out. Come if you want to clean up this mess. That was the message I got from her. So we decided to arm ourselves and head over. We figured that the attack had already happened, and sitting around wasn't going to change anything. How do you think it went? Not very well would be my guess. Why do you think that? If it had gone well, there wouldn't have been any other attacks. Bingo. Didn't end well. Just as we suspected, the meeting was a trap. A trap laid by my mother. When we made it to the conference room, it wasn't people in there who were waiting there for us. It was mass-produced Nikkes, armed with Elysion's latest weapons. You're kidding. The moment the meeting room door opened, they started firing before we even had a chance to react. And that storm of bullets, I watched as many of my comrades threw themselves in front of me. Stop, let me go, I should be in there. I should be dying with them. Get it together, boss. You have to live. That's the only way that deaths will mean anything. One of them hoisted me onto his back and jumped out the window. That's how I survived. Everyone who went to that meeting that day died. Everyone except me, and the man who jumped out the window with me. That's terrible. After that, nothing could stem the tide. Not only did the majority of moderates defect to the hardliners,
but remaining a moderate became grounds for being labeled a traitor. The resentment of being treated like garbage for so long. The betrayal from being deceived into approaching the negotiation table. The desire for revenge on behalf of all the comrades we'd lost. You take all those negative emotions and combine them with the precedent that Crow had set, and people began committing terrorist attacks all across the Ark. After that, there was nothing I could do. I know it all started with me. That I'm the one who pulled the trigger when I said we'd lead the Outer Rim towards the light. But once that bullet was fired, it flew out of my control. Regardless of what I'd wanted, I was suddenly the leader of a terrorist organization. A leader who survived by hiding behind the bodies of her comrades. Did your mother ever contact you again? No. She assumed full responsibility for failing to kill me, the head of Heavenly Ascension, and stepped down as Elysion's CEO. That's why Ingrid had the CEO mantle thrust upon her so abruptly. As for me, I cast off the name of Elysion Harper, and from that day forward lived only as EH. Having become a powerless leader, incapable of doing anything, I wasn't even able to make the decisions after that. All I could do was try to persuade them to carry out attacks that didn't kill anyone. That's pretty much how things were. Until the attack on the Ark that blew a hole in the Dome of Eternity. Whew! That's everything I can tell you. Does that answer your questions? Yeah, I think it's enough. I appreciate your honesty. No need to thank me. This is the first time I've been able to talk so freely to someone. I really appreciate you listening. Whatever decision you make, I'll accept it. We've been in here for a while. Try and find us a way out. EH stands up. You wait here for a sec. EH. Yeah? Do you ever regret it? Regret what? Leaving Elysion and going to the Outer Rim. I turned toward the sound. Came from over there, right? The sound came from beyond a wall piled high with metal crates. Yeah. Stay here. I'll go check. I should come with... Honey, can hear? Viper. Hey, smell boss, come on. Sounds like Jekyll and Viper. Viper, Jekyll, over here. Huh? Sounds them. Boss, Commander. We're here. Get back. Huh? What are you? AH grabs me by the collar and quickly pulls me away from the wall. That sound. Get down! I quickly cover my head and duck. A bomb. There you are. Who? Is everyone okay? You're later than I expected. But I saw the tracker. I figured you'd come right away. Sorry about that. This place is used for cold storage, so the temperature weakened the signal. Plus, we had to make a short pit stop somewhere. Where? Cold storage? No wonder it felt so cold in here. Yep. I guess they figured this was the best place to jam any possible tracking signals. Wait, what tracker? Check the inside of your sleeve. I feel along the inside of my sleeve. I detach a small cube, no bigger than my pinky nail. When you gave me that little boost earlier, remember? What boost? Hey, now as a sign of a trust and commitment, how about a handshake? That. Remember now? We were escorting you through the Outer Rim. We had to take certain precautions. And what do you know? It helped us find you. Sure, but... I know I technically failed to protect you as I promised, but I did come and save you, so we're good, right? Good? I don't really get what you mean, but come on, that's good. Yeah, sure. Thanks for saving me. Yeah, wait, it's not Jekyll. Don't mention it. Oh, and by the way, we caught the guy who did this. You did? Yeah, that pit stop I mentioned earlier. We went and caught him. He'd actually been upstairs, eavesdropping on us. We subdued him though. Want to see? Yeah. I'll come too. Are you sure? Might be dangerous. Maybe you should wait outside with Jekyll. I'd like to hear what he says. I'm involved in this too, after all. I want to know why he did it. Sure. Let's go together. With the Viper and Jekyll leading the way, we go upstairs. A man is there, bound to a pillar and gagged. He glares at us. Viper, can you remove the gag? Yeah, okay. Viper approaches the man and removes the gag. What are you even doing that for? You should just kill me. It's been a while, Melon. You've got a good memory for a traitor. I didn't know you were still alive. Last time I looked for you, I couldn't find you anywhere, so I thought we were dead. Why would I show my face to a central government lapdog? You'd only try and get me to quit Heavenly Ascension anyway. Why did you do this? Because I resent you. I couldn't believe you'd become a government lapdog. You were a boss. Why didn't you die back then? During the attack on the Ark, you should have just let yourself get blown up along with that surface elevator. You don't have to listen to this, EH. Yeah, there's nothing to hear that you haven't already heard. That's fine. If you just died, if you died without becoming a Nikke, then I wouldn't feel so betrayed. Someone had to take responsibility. You lived through it too. You saw for yourself the horror we inflicted in the name of terrorism. But no matter how it starts, no matter who incites it, no matter what the injustification, as soon as the wrong methods are used, the message loses all meaning. A name can be branded into history, but our cause lost all its legitimacy. We dressed them up under the name of a human rights movement, but all those terrorist attacks were nothing more than violent crimes. Crimes that brought death and destruction on a whole lot of innocent people. We can realize that we were wrong and regret it all that we want, but there's no changing the wrongs we committed. It doesn't ease the pain that the victims suffered. There needs to be someone has to atone. Because pain and sin don't ever go away. EH. All those crimes we committed were in the name of Heavenly Ascension. So I thought it was only right that I take responsibility for them. Tone, huh? All by yourself? Yeah, I'm the one who started it all. I'm the one who founded Heavenly Ascension, who failed to stop Crow and the Hardliners, and who ultimately decided to go to that meeting where so many of our people died. It was all me. I realized that since I'm the one who started all this, I should be the one to end it. But by the time I made the decision, my body was already dying. That's the reason I became a Nikke. I wanted to have more time to atone for what we did. I think you should move on too. In that case, let me ask you one last question. In your entire life, has there ever been a time, even just once, when you regretted coming to the Outer Rim, instead of taking over Elysion? Did you hear us talking? Just answer the question, did you regret it? I have more regrets than I can count. But coming to the Outer Rim has never been one of them, I swear it. You should leave Heavenly Ascension. Admit that we did what's wrong, and cast off your past life. That's the price you have to pay. No. Melon, you're a traitor and a hypocrite. And a hypocrite? I carry my share of sin with me. What? Another bomb? Where was he hiding the detonator? We'll never be making it to heaven anyway, so I'll see you in hell along with the others, boss. Everyone get back! Melon! Light is our right, Heavenly Ascension! What a drama queen. Eh?
I think my mouse is like going into standby because I take too long.
Okay. When the smoke from the blast clears, we hurry to where Melon had been. But only debris from the explosion remains. For a brief moment, EH stares silently at the remains. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Let's get going. I'll take you outside. Okay. Following EH's lead, we walk toward the outer rim barrier.
Viper, boss, commander? What's wrong? Why is everyone so quiet? Are you hungry or something? I'm hungry too, commander. Want to eat before we go?
For goodness sake, Jackal. I'll buy you some food later. Just wait for now, okay?
Huh? Yeah, sure.
Jackal starts sniffing and moves towards the box in the corner. What is it? Is there something in there?
Smells like gunpowder. Boss, is this dangerous?
Jackal lifts a small stick from inside the box. That's a sparkler.
A sparkly? Do you blow it up?
EH takes the sparkler from Jackal. It's a sparkler. It lighted like this. EH lights the tip.
A bright light begins to burst from the tip of the sparkler. Oh, that's cute. And we've got a thumbnail. Nice. Look at Jackal. Like a good dog. Ah. It's very wholesome. It's a very wholesome game. With big melons.
A bright light begins to burst from the tip of the sparkler. And it shines like this.
Wow, that's so pretty. Commander, Viper, look, it's so pretty.
Yeah, you're right, it's very pretty. I never thought I'd see one of those in the outer rim. Yeah, it really is pretty. EH stares at the sparkler intently. Her gaze filled with both nostalgia and regret. These are the only fireworks you should be lighting.
Yes! Exactly! Holy shit! Someone to tell all the countries. New Year's Eve? Fireworks? Just get some organized fireworks from the cities or something that are actually pretty. And everything else, just get some goddamn sparklers. Yeah, I want to hold one too. I want to light it.
Jackal grabs a handful of sparklers and runs off.
Wait, Jackal, lighting that many is dangerous.
Viper runs after her. Commander. Yeah? If I ever get blinded again while chasing after the light, and end up setting fire to something that isn't meant to burn, will you stop me, no matter what it takes? I'm sorry that's a lot to ask. I don't think that day will ever come. Because I'm positive you won't forget that you're atoning for. As such, I'm not going to agree to stop you. Instead, I pick up a sparkler and touch the tip to the one in H's hand. I'll watch and support you as your atone, so that someday you'll finally have atoned for everything and be free. In the shimmering light, EH gives a small smile. That's more than enough. Enter heaven, the end.
Hold up. Hard mode speed run. Hold on. Hard mode speedrun.
I'm just cannon fodder to you, aren't I?
Oh, I noticed what's wrong. Oh, I noticed what's wrong. Hold on.
Commander? 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 Commander, can you hear me?
I like how it's like different versions actually. This is great. Like this, every game should do it like that, you know? Give examples. But even funnier when it's like different ones. So about 75, I think.
Mic check. Is this volume okay? Commander? 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 Commander?
Alright, I think this is good.
Let me clear my throat.
Oh snap, who's that? Alright, while we blitz through hard mode, let's discuss. And let's discuss it a bit.
I won, Commander! Give me some treats!
Jackal is such a mood.
Let's go, everyone!
Overall, I think that was a pretty great story.
And let's go again!
Crow is also littering by throwing guns away to reload. Oh, I hate people that litter.
Clear my throat.
Oh, I hate that. I think that was great though. And I think it's really interesting how
See? I made it.
EH
No enemies
is
left
the
standing.
heir of Elysion. And actually Ingrid's half-sister.
Too much
Man.
shooting will make my arms sore.
Is big curious. Big curious. But you know, like really what's the word? Blaming herself a lot for
The story will be rewritten into a tale that's
the whole
happy
Crow
and
situation.
beautiful.
It seems likely
My
though,
voice
right?
is ready.
It seems very likely.
Let's
If one
keep
would be in that
going.
same position,
Just
right?
A little bit more. I had a blast.
EH had all the right intentions. And it was very wholesome. But then someone is just batshit insane. There's always someone goddamn batshit insane.
The disruptive elements have been removed. May we continue our date now?
I'm ready to fight down and never let go.
But it's actually going to be interesting what's happening with the Outer Rim now that EH is like there with the exotic squad and you know like hey maybe good thing happened now. But also exotic squad is one of the coolest. They've got and they've got
Commander, the disruptive elements have
they've
been
got
removed.
edgy EH, you know.
May we continue our date now?
They've got who?
I'm trembling.
And they've got
Go to hell, scary monsters.
steel chain chomping. Also, Endless and Eternity be guarding it. Yeah. I very much hope they become playable. Like, sure, they're currently AI handled. That doesn't mean they can become Nikke's either, but it would be interesting if, like, their level of AI eventually becomes, like, you know, self-reliant, sentient.
Sending my love. Mwah. Ready for it?
Violence is always.
They're like,
the
they're all great, but I think especially Eternity,
Good job.
there's a big need for firepower.
Commander,
Make a team
the
with
disruptive elements have been
Eternity
removed.
and
May we continue our date
Liberalia.
now?
Like, Liberalia is doing fine, right? Right?
I'm trembling. Go to hell, scary monsters.
Wait. Right?
Good job.
Hey, you know, like, random note. You know what's crazy? My stream decks are working quicker now.
They're on my main PC now instead of on the laptop. And connected with a freaky app to my laptop to handle like YouTube Studio and stuff. Hey, why aren't you shooting? I think I was before overloading my laptop.
Happy, you government lapdog?
Kill the goons over here.
Also, hey, by the way, so what did you think of a read-through event? That was like 1.5 hours now? Pretty much. I said I started at 11 p.m. Like midnight 30-ish.
Sending my love. Ready for it?
Like if they're like this long for my voice, it seems doable.
The disruptive
Obviously just
elements have
practicing,
been
huh?
removed. May we continue our date now?
But like, do you think we should do more? Do you think we should do like voice out other events from before? Or is it sounding too weird if I read those characters? End of next month should be new chapters, and maybe the patch before that might be the new side story. Yeah. We gotta remember, we have to play more games with big boobies. Because I too am one who thinks birds with blue feet should remain preserved. You know? If a bird has blue feet, we elevate them.
My voice is
Okay.
ready.
Big boobies. Alright, what are you thinking of?
Job.
Why would you post the melons for that? What? What connection do you have when you hear the word boobies?
Sending my love. Ready for it?
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna Google the word boobies. Alright?
See? I made it.
Okay, never mind
No
Twitch, I
enemies
can't
left
show you that.
standing.
That's not what I'm looking for! I am trying to say. Hey, hold on. I want the biggest picture. I want the biggest boobies that Google can show me. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh, those are some. Holy shit! That's a whole website about them. Yo. Okay, I want the picture. Oh my god. Yes. Oh. Oh my god. It gets better. Alright, I present to you big boobies. This is the biggest boobies I could find on Google. Alright? Big boobies. You know how this file is called? Like this picture? Blue-footed booby. Mating dance. Oh my god, look at those big boobies. Yo! But that isn't all actually. Like, we must make sure the game has not just big boobies, you know? It's important. Okay, and let me find the biggest ones I can find again, alright? Google, I want the biggest. Like, no kidding, the biggest. The biggest tits. Those are the biggest tits I can Google. They're not just big, like they're like the file is called Great Blue Tit. Look at them. So if anyone comes in here complaining, you know, just tell them, we are bird enthusiasts. The phoenix is the king of birds. Don't you forget. Well, and you kind of become the king of birds by killing the competition, which is why I like to eat chicken so much. But you gotta make exceptions, right? And thus, we have to make sure we preserve big boobies and big tits. Alright? Good. Fondle them when you see them.
with permission. I'm being terrorized by 2 galas currently. What's a gala? I guess I should look up the gala. Ooh.
I'll do my best. Cheer me on.
It's pretty fancy.
Happy, you government lapdog.
Wait, hold on. Google, I'm trying to find the biggest. The biggest. Australian Geographic. Oh, really? Gala. Cock at 2? A 2? This is a 2 cock? 2 cock? Alright, well. I guess we are looking for big tits, big boobies, and big cocks. If that ain't Twitch relevant. Yep, just a cock or 2.
Happy, you government lapdog.
Alright, here we go. Enter heaven. Epilogue, we've made it. We just had to sustain a little bit of big boobies, big tits, and cockatoo. I heard you ran into some trouble in the outer rim. How's your injury? It's fine. It healed up a while ago. I'm pretty sure EH went through worse. See. Can you tell me what happened? Sure. I tell Ingrid everything that happened in the outer rim. Thanks for the report. EH told you about her past. And there really was someone still in Heavenly Ascension, but he took his own life. See. I suppose now you understand why I said I wasn't fit to judge. Yeah. Well, I think it's safe to say that you heard just about everything at this point. So, now that you've all the information, what do you think of EH? I have sympathy for her. I see. So you consider her a victim as well? Not necessarily. EH the terrorist did unforgivable things. There's no question there. But it's more complicated than that. There's something tragic to it as well. Is that so? As such, I don't believe she lied about dismantling Heavenly Ascension. I think her vow to face her past sins and atone is sincere. Understood. I'll be sure to include your thoughts in the report that I sent to headquarters. Okay. Well, I guess I'll be going. Alright. Great work. I stand to leave the room. Commander. Yes? I'm going to do something that can only be done here, and only now. It will be the first time, and also the last. Once you leave this room, you are to forget it. Forget what? Do you understand? Yes, I understand. Ingrid rises and bows her head. What are you doing? Thank you for listening to my sister's story. Ingrid lifts her head again. That is all. Now, we'll even forget what just happened. You're welcome. For what? See you around. With a memory in my heart that I'll ironically never forget. Say goodbye to the woman who is both Elysion's CEO and someone's older sister. Oh no! Just like that. Just like that, they're like, hey. And we notice the little string you've got there. On your heart. Let's pull it. That was Enter Heaven. Yeah. Yeah, Enter Heaven done. Boom. You know what? You know what? We've earned some pulls with that.
Happy, you government lapdog?
And we would be remiss if I wasn't making some pulls with that. Friends? Alright. One? Did I click the wrong button? Did I buy them already? I lost my mind. Anyway, 10 for justice! For EH! Yeah! Oh! Gold! There. Who is it? Who? Elysion, of course. Let's go! It's Polly!
You can trust? It's this snout of mine.
After all this time! Finally! Let me show you something. At some point I was dumb and I bought like, you know, spare bodies because I thought you could get the original. And I never had Polly. So now I can finally use that spare body that was lying around all this time. Here you go, Polly.
Thank you for your support, Commander.
Yeah. You know, it seems like my VTube model really is more reactive now. Feels like it can bounce better. Not sure if it's because I changed the USB port for the camera, or if it's because of the settings, or both, maybe. Right, hold on. Wishlist. Don't worry, we don't need Polly no more. We've got her now. Oh. I've got Celine too, right. Oh my. Now it's about... Alright, we gotta fill her up. They're all doing great. Tactical. Yeah, we like being tactical. Good. What about this? Oh, it's because I'm trying to fill those up. That's right. It is right. What about Tetra Packs? The Velvet Crust. Okay. What? Yeah, sure. Looks good, looks good. Okay. We got one glorious pull. It wasn't glorious. Wait, did I mess up though? Did I buy the others already? I did. Ah, and they were nothing. Ah, okay, whatever. Actually, for ending it, let's put the song on. It's suitable. Okay. Well. It's time to head on out. But again, those of you who are here tonight, and those who might watch this as a YouTube video in the future, let me know what you think of me voicing out, reading through Nikke stories, event stories like this. If you want me to do more like that, or if you found it too awkward, you know, me as Viper, yeah, do let me know. Because there's quite a bunch more that I could still do, but I gotta see your motivation for it. Either way, I think I should do Wisdom Spring However, like, no matter if you want it or not, because wisdom string is apparently very important. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well then, enter heaven done. Now we wait until I do wisdom spring and until there's a new side story, event, or the next chapter's coming out. As always, do feel welcome to join us on our Discord. Please watch my YouTube videos, keep them playing on repeat. Just right click the video on PC and select a loop. You know, you need some loop for the loop. And just support the channel for free, easy. Yay, big win. I shall be back tomorrow with Monster Hunter Stories 3. I've got a day early access. Yay! That's happening tomorrow evening. Please look forward to it, because I'm quite excited. Yeah. Okay. Right then. As I said, I shall find you on Discord. Or see you tomorrow evening. Or next time for Nikke if you're that kind of watcher. That's fine too. Thank you very much for hanging out. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Ciao. Bye.